IBTP Kisangani, DRC. Angry students barricaded the road on Thursday, March 13, 2025, to protest against what they are calling the abduction of Mr. Luka in Kinshasa, who has been the interim Director General for a few days. The barricade turned into a clash between motorcycle taxis after the students seized a motorcycle taxi. Upon arriving at the IBTP, the academic and administrative secretaries were ousted by a group of students who accused them of being accomplices. The trial of FARDC officers begins in Kinshasa, accused of abandoning their positions in Goma and Bukavu in the face of the enemy. Details to follow. The former Congolese warlord, Thomas Lubanga, originally from Ituri, has just launched a rebel movement, the CPR, Patriotic Resistance Convention, from Uganda. 3 militias mentioned in his statement have denied that their names were cited. These are Kodako, FPIC and MAKE. Felix Tshisekedi's gamble. Kinshasa offers the United States exclusive access to the minerals from the east that Rwanda is plundering through armed invasion, in exchange for security. The US would have access to 70% of the world's cobalt, particularly for aerospace and defense. It's hard to see how Uncle Sam's country would let such an opportunity slip by. The possibility of this agreement shakes Kigali. Rwandan invasion war. Angolan President João Lourenço proposed a dialogue. This offer comes a few days after 2 Catholic priests and pastors from the Protestant Church of Congo met with the Angolan president. Please do follow the analysis from the editorial team of KARIBU News TV. Hello, Rashid Ramazani.
Hello, Aminata Kabore. At the national level, if the DRC were to sign an agreement with the M23 without including the Wazalendos, it could lead to a turnaround of these groups against the Congolese government. The Wazalendos might feel that their interests are being overlooked, which could exacerbate internal tensions and fuel violence. At the regional level, the reactions of Burundi, Tanzania, and South Africa should also be considered. These countries, having lost soldiers during confrontations with the Rwandan army, are actively engaged in combating the destabilization that the M23 could bring to the region. Their involvement could influence the dynamics of the conflict and the position of the DRC in the negotiation framework. At the international level, the framework of the UN Security Council resolutions, particularly Resolution 2773, the Luanda Agreement, and the Nairobi Process, play a central role. Thus, while the Angolan initiative may offer a platform for dialogue, it raises crucial questions. The framework for any negotiation is already established, and the DRC aims to adhere to the international resolutions that set specific conditions for peace. Concerns remain about whether the Angolan approach could, in some way, exonerate Rwanda, despite the insistence on its withdrawal. The sustainability of peace in the region will therefore depend on the ability of the actors to respect these commitments, while also avoiding a turnaround of the Wazalendos against the DRC, which would further complicate an already fragile context.
Thank you very much, Rashidi. We just learned this from Stanis Bujakera's Twitter account. I quote, "As Angola discusses direct talks between Kinshasa and AFC M23, the presidency of the DRC explains that during today's SAFC meeting, Felix Tshisekedi welcomed the initiative of Angolan President João Lourenço, who convened a meeting in Luanda on March 11th to accelerate the revival of the Luanda and Nairobi processes." End of quote.